Welcome student. Today our topic on type of extrusion processes. Extrusion process is divided in two parts. First is direct extrusion. In direct extrusion process or forward extrusion process, the flow of metal through die is in the same direction as the movement of the ram. As you see in this figure, when the ram is moved, also the die move in a forward direction. The hot billet is placed within the container, that is the billet, which is the workpiece, and that is the ram, which applying the force with the help of applying force on the billet, and that is the die, the extruded material. The ram force the billet through the die opening produce the extrusion product. The die may be round or it may have various other shape. The ram is close fitted to container. Ram is close fitted to container because if we not close fitted with container, then the metal will also flow in backward direction. Container cavity, consequently preventing the backward flow of metal and controlling the flow of the metal in the same direction as the ram. Indirect extrusion process. As you see in this figure, indirect extrusion process, the ram, as you see to side direction, you see the ram is hollow shape. Ram is hollow shape. The hollow or cavity, which is the die, the shape which is occur by the extruded material. When the force is applied, when in direct extrusion or backward extrusion, the metal flow in the opposite direction. One second. Opposite direction to movement of the ram. Ram is hollow and die is mounted over the bore of the ram. The billet remain stationary when die is pushed into billet by hollow ram. Indirect extrusion does not acquire much force as compared to direct extrusion, as it involves no friction between metal billet and container wall. The equipment employed is more complicated in order to accommodate the passage of extruded shape through the center of hollow ram. Indirect extrusion is not common as a ram must be hollow. The disadvantage or backward extrusion is that the defect of the billet would end up in final product, unlike direct or forward extrusion, where these are the discarded in the extrusion container. Direct extrusion, indirect extrusion, and backward extrusion normally use heated billet for the operation, so that those processes are called hot extrusion. Aluminium, copper, and other alloys successfully used to manufacture products using hot extrusion process. Electrical wire and tube are some of the items produced. Now we move to cold extrusion process. In cold extrusion process, first we know about the what is the cold process. In cold process, the temperature of working material is below the recrystallization temperature, which is we discussed in previous topic. In cold extrusion, impact extrusion, cold billet is used. The purpose process is similar to backward extrusion, but it is carried out at higher velocity. A small unheated metal is placed in die cavity. Punch is forced into die cavity, causing metal to flow upward through the gap between punches. The die good surface finish can be obtained by this method. Thin wall part may be produced. Impact extrusion, which is difficult to cast, collapsible medicine tubes and toothpaste tubes are made by this process. As you see in this figure, when a punch is applied, which has a less diameter compared to die, when punch is applying, the metal extruded metal flow in upward direction. So it is a process of backward extrusion process. Hydrostatic extrusion process. In hydrostatic extrusion process, blade is surrounded by a working fluid. As you see in this figure, as you see, oil seal, a container, a pressurized ram, a billet which is surrounded by working fluid. Only billet is contact with the die, not with the container, not with the ram. When the force is applying by the ram on the liquid or working fluid, the billet move forward, where in this process friction between the metal piece and container is negligible. In hydrostatic extrusion, billet is surrounded by working fluid which is pressurized by ram to provide extrusion process. Hydrostatic extrusion is actually a form of direct extrusion. The force delivered through the ram is what pressurizes the liquid. The liquid applies pressure to all surface of the work billet. When the ram moves forward, it is the force from incompressible fluid that pushes the work through die, extruding the metal part. This type of extrusion avoids the friction between the metal piece and the container. Less ductile metal can be extruded by this process. Now we move to hooker process. In the hooker process or extrusion down method, a cup is firstly formed by the suitable working operation. Extrusion then consists of elongation and thinning the wall of cup using a punch and die. This cold working direct extrusion process is commercially applied mainly for the production of small thin walled copper, and extrusion press has three major components: container, die, ram. Different methods of extrusion are discussed below. As you see in this figure, when the pressure punch is applying on the workpiece cup, it occurs the shape of cup. That is the hooker process. Now we move to forging equipments. Forging equipment of various design capacity, speed and speed stroke characteristics is available. Forging equipment may be divided into three main categories: hammer, forging press, forging machine or upsetter. Now we first talk about the forging hammer. Hammer imparts stress on metal by impact, and they usually operated in vertical position. They are impact machine. Hammer drive their energy from potential energy of the ram, which is then converted into kinetic energy. Thus hammer are energy limited. The speed of hammer are high, therefore low forming time minimize the cooling of hot forging, allowing the forging of complex shape, particularly with thin and deep recesses. To complete the forging, several blows may have to be made on the part. In the power hammer, the ram is accelerated in downstroke by steam or air in addition to gravity. The highest energy available in power hammer is 1150 kilojoule. First, drop board hammer. As you see in this figure, a roller which is move the ram up and down as you see in this figure. The gravity hammer make use of power hammer that rise. One second. Okay. Drop hammer make use of power hammer that are rise to certain height and then release to give blow on the work. To give blow on the work. Such hammer which are rise and drop are called drop hammers, and hence the name drop forging. In this heavy mass ram is mounted on wooden or steel board which passes between two pinch rolls. The heated metal is kept in lower portion and is struck with one or more blow with the upper die, causing metal to flow to fill die cavity. During the operation, using the roll, the board along with the ram is raised to predetermined height, and this allowed to fall under gravity. The gravity drop hammer make use of close impression die to perform the operation. One half of die will be attached to hammer and other to anvil. The ram weight range up to 4500 kg and capacity ranging up to 45 kilo Newton. As you see in this figure, the roller help to move ram up and down, that is the board which is made by wooden or metal. The board attached with ram attached with upper die, and the lower portion of die is attached with anvil which is a fix on the floor or machines. Pneumatic hammer. In pneumatic hammer we use air or fluid, which is when we pressurize the fluid in this machine, in this cylinder, then it move in downward, ram moved in downward direction. Or when the air is exit or compress outside, then ram move upward direction. That is the process. Same with same like drop hammer, drop board hammer, but we use in this a cylindrical air compressor. Okay, now steam hammer. In as you see in the in pneumatic hammering, we use in this process steam to applying force on the ram, the same as like drop hammer. Countable blow hammer, where the both upper and lower die applying forces. No one die is fixed